Focus on yourself. Not the noise is about understanding that the external world is constantly buzzing with distractions, pulling you in different directions. From the moment you wake up, there are notifications on your phone, conversations with people who may not understand your journey, and the constant hum of society's expectations. All of these things can easily lead you away from your own path. The opinions of others, their judgments, and even their unsolicited advice can drown out your own inner voice, the voice that knows what's best for you, the voice that holds your deepest desires and the truth of your potential. You see, the noise is relentless, it doesn't take a break, and if you let it, it will consume your energy, cloud your judgment, and make you question your own worth. When you're constantly tuned in to what others are saying, you start to doubt yourself, you start to compare. And that comparison can be toxic. The more you listen to the noise, the more you give up control over your life, letting outside forces dictate your choices, your actions, and even your dreams. But the truth is, focusing on yourself is the greatest act of self-care. It's about turning down the volume of the world and tuning in to what really matters, your own voice. It's recognizing that nobody knows your journey like you do, nobody can walk your path or understand the dreams that keep you awake at night. It's about learning to trust yourself in a world that constantly tries to tell you otherwise. When you focus on yourself, you start to realize that not every opinion matters, not every voice needs to be heard, and not every distraction deserves your attention. You learn to protect your energy, to keep it sacred, and to direct it toward your goals and aspirations. The noise will always be there, but you have the power to decide what you listen to. Focusing on yourself means you prioritize your inner growth, your mental well-being, and your personal development above everything else. It means that you stop trying to meet the expectations of everyone around you and start meeting your own expectations. When you focus on yourself, you realize that you are the author of your story, and no one else gets to hold the pen. The noise might try to write your narrative. It might try to convince you that you're not good enough or that your dreams are too big. But when you block it out, you regain control. You start to make decisions based on your values, your vision, and your unique purpose. It's about reclaiming your time, your energy, and your focus from the things that drain you and redirecting them toward the things that fill you up. It's a shift in perspective, a commitment to yourself, and a decision to stop allowing external chaos to dictate your inner peace. When you choose to focus on yourself, you become intentional about your life. Every day becomes a step toward becoming the person you were meant to be. Every moment is an opportunity for growth, and every experience teaches you something valuable about who you are. Focusing on yourself also means being selective about the people you allow into your life. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your journey. Some people are there to cheer you on, while others are there to distract you, to pull you off course, and to feed into the noise. You have to be wise about who you surround yourself with, who you listen to, and who you allow to influence your decisions. This isn't about shutting people out, but about protecting your peace and ensuring that the voices you listen to align with your goals and values. You must recognize that the path to success often requires moments of solitude, moments where you tune out the world and tune into yourself. It's in those quiet moments, free from the noise, where real growth happens. Rebuild in silence is a powerful concept because it speaks to the strength found in quiet moments, away from the distractions of the world. In silence, there is space to reflect, space to understand where you've been, and most importantly, where you want to go. It's in these moments of stillness where true transformation begins, where you can strip away all the external pressures and focus purely on what needs to be rebuilt within you. When you rebuild in silence, it's not about announcing your plans to the world or seeking validation from others. It's about honoring the process of growth without the noise of opinions, without the weight of expectations. There's a unique kind of power in working on yourself in the quiet, away from the spotlight, away from the gaze of others who might not understand your journey, your struggles, or your dreams. Silence becomes your sanctuary, a place where you can dig deep, uncover your strengths, and address the areas that need attention without distraction, without comparison, without the need for approval. In silence, there is a certain freedom that allows you to focus solely on what matters to you. It's a space where you can be completely honest with yourself, acknowledging your fears, your doubts, your failures, and your hopes. The world outside is loud and demanding, constantly asking for updates, progress, and explanations. But when you rebuild in silence, you give yourself permission to move at your own pace, to make mistakes, to learn, and to grow without the pressure of needing to prove anything to anyone. The beauty of rebuilding in silence is that it allows you to protect your dreams, to nurture them in a way that ensures they are growing strong roots before anyone else even knows they exist. It's a deliberate act of self-care, one where you focus on laying a solid foundation for your future, knowing that the work you're doing now, even if unseen by others, is what will sustain you when the time comes to show the world what you've built. Silence also creates the perfect environment for self-discovery. In the quiet, away from the opinions of others, you can truly listen to your own intuition. You can start to recognize what you really want out of life, rather than what others have told you to want. You begin to understand that the process of rebuilding is deeply personal, that no two paths are the same, and that the only approval you need is your own. When you rebuild in silence, you can focus on healing old wounds, on letting go of past mistakes, and on redefining success on your own terms. It's a time to experiment, to try new things, to push yourself without fear of judgment or failure. The silence gives you the space to evolve, to become who you need to be, without the constant noise of doubt from the outside world. It's a chance to tune in to your own voice, to strengthen it, and to trust it above all else. There's also something deeply empowering about keeping your plans, your goals, and your growth to yourself for a while. When you rebuild in silence, you don't feel the need to seek validation or encouragement from others. You become your own motivator, your own source of inspiration, and in doing so, you build resilience. You learn that you don't need the applause or the recognition of the world to succeed. Instead, you focus on the quiet, steady work of becoming the best version of yourself, knowing that the rewards will come in due time. The process of rebuilding in silence is one of patience and perseverance. It's about making small, consistent steps toward your goals, trusting that the quiet work you're doing now will eventually speak for itself. It's about understanding that not everything needs to be shared, not every victory needs to be announced, and not every struggle needs to be seen by others. Silence gives you the time and space to reflect on what's truly important. It helps you block out the distractions, the noise, the opinions that don't serve you, so that you can focus entirely on your own growth. In this silence, you begin to rebuild yourself from the inside out. You work on your mindset, on your beliefs, on the habits that will carry you forward. You take the time to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn, and to relearn. You embrace the idea that growth is a journey, one that can't be rushed or forced, but one that must be nurtured, cultivated, and protected. The process of rebuilding in silence allows you to regain control over your life. You take ownership of your decisions, your actions, and your future without the interference of others' expectations. This silence becomes a powerful tool, a shield against the distractions of the outside world, allowing you to focus on what really matters: your own personal evolution, your own goals, your own vision for the future. Embrace solitude for clarity is about finding the strength and purpose that comes from being alone with yourself without the distractions of the outside world. In solitude, there is a vast space where you can begin to clear away the clutter of everyday life, the noise, the constant demands, and the expectations of others. It's in this space that you can finally hear your own thoughts, where your mind is free to explore ideas, reflect on your experiences, and begin to understand what truly matters to you. Solitude is not about isolation in a negative sense. It's about stepping away from the external to reconnect with the internal. In a world that constantly pushes you to be busy, to be busy, to be social, to always be engaged with something or someone, choosing solitude is a radical act of self-care. It's an opportunity to slow down, to breathe, and to get in touch with the deeper parts of yourself that often get drowned out by the demands of life. When you embrace solitude, you give yourself the chance to gain perspective, to see things more clearly than you ever could while surrounded by the chaos of the world. Clarity doesn't come from constantly moving, constantly talking, or constantly doing. It comes from moments of stillness, moments where you allow yourself to simply be. It's in these quiet moments where you can begin to sort through the noise, where you can strip away the distractions and focus on what's truly important. Solitude allows you to step back and reflect on your life, your choices, your goals, and your path forward. It's a space where you can examine your emotions, your desires, and your motivations without the influence of others. The clarity that comes from solitude is pure and unfiltered because it's born from your own thoughts and feelings, not from the opinions or judgments of those around you. In solitude, you also begin to develop a stronger sense of self. You learn to trust yourself, to rely on your own instincts, and to make decisions that are right for you, rather than those that are influenced by others. You start to realize that clarity comes from within, that no one else can give you the answers you seek, and that the wisdom you need is already inside you, waiting to be uncovered in those quiet moments of reflection. Solitude helps you recognize the power of your own voice, the voice that often gets drowned out by the constant chatter of the outside world. It's in solitude where you can hear yourself clearly, where you can understand what you really want, what you need, and what you're capable of. Choosing solitude also means choosing yourself, prioritizing your own well-being, and acknowledging that you need time to process, to think, and to recharge. It's about giving yourself permission to step away from the pressure to always be on, and to take a break from the constant interaction with others. In solitude, you can breathe deeply, reflect fully, and see things from a fresh perspective. The clarity that comes from being alone allows you to look at situations in your life with new eyes, to solve problems you've been struggling with, and to come up with solutions that you may not have been able to see when you were caught up in the whirlwind of daily life. Solitude creates a mental space that fosters creativity, where new ideas can emerge, and where the answers you've been searching for finally come into focus. When you embrace solitude, you also learn the value of introspection. It's a time where you can dive deeper into your own mind, where you can explore your thoughts and feelings without interruption. It's in these moments where you can gain clarity about your purpose, your dreams, and your direction in life. Solitude provides a quiet environment for self-discovery, where you can begin to unravel the complexities of who you are and what you want. It's a space where you can confront your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities, and where you can begin to understand how to move past them. The clarity that comes from solitude is not always immediate, but it is powerful. It grows over time as you spend more and more moments alone with yourself, reflecting, learning, and growing. Embracing solitude for clarity also teaches you how to be comfortable with yourself. In a society that often equates being alone with loneliness, solitude becomes an act of empowerment. It's about realizing that you are enough, that your own company is valuable, and that you don't need constant validation or approval from others to know your worth. Solitude helps you strengthen the relationship you have with yourself, which in turn strengthens every other area of your life. It gives you the confidence to trust your own judgment, to follow your own path, and to make decisions that are right for you without worrying about what others might think. In this space, you can focus entirely on your own journey, your own growth, and your own success without the distractions of external influences. Solitude provides the perfect setting for reflection. It gives you the opportunity to look back on where you've been, to assess where you are, and to plan where you want to go. It's a time to reconnect with your goals, to realign with your values, and to reassess what truly matters to you. In the quiet, you can see things more clearly, without the distortion of outside opinions or the rush of everyday life. The clarity that emerges from solitude is transformative. It's a clarity that helps you understand yourself on a deeper level, that helps you see the world with fresh eyes, and that gives you the confidence to move forward in the direction that's right for you. Disappear to reconnect with inner strength is about stepping away from the world to find the quiet, personal space where your true power resides. The world is filled with noise, distractions, and constant demands on your attention, and sometimes the only way to regain control, to reclaim your sense of self, is to disappear for a while. This act of stepping back isn't about abandoning your responsibilities or running away from your life. It's about intentionally removing yourself from the chaos so you can reconnect with the inner strength that often gets buried beneath the weight of everyday life. When you disappear, you create the time and space to focus on your own needs, to listen to your own voice, and to regain clarity about who you are and what you want out of life. It's a deliberate act of self-preservation, one where you choose to detach from the constant barrage of opinions, expectations, and external pressures, allowing yourself to rediscover the strength that's been lying dormant within you. In this space of solitude, you begin to realize that your inner strength is something that doesn't rely on the validation of others or the external circumstances you find yourself in. It's a force that comes from within, from the depths of your being, and it's always there even when life feels overwhelming. But to access it, you need to create moments of stillness, moments where you can disconnect from the outside world and reconnect with the essence of who you are. Disappearing is not about hiding or retreating in fear. It's about stepping back with intention so you can reflect, recharge, and reignite the fire within you. It's about giving yourself the gift of silence, the gift of space, and the gift of time to heal, time to process, and time to build yourself back up stronger than ever before. When you disappear to reconnect with your inner strength, you begin to strip away the layers of doubt, insecurity, and fear that the world has placed upon you. You start to see yourself more clearly without the distortions of outside influences. In this quiet space, you're able to ask yourself the hard questions: who am I without the opinions of others? What do I truly want? What am I capable of when I stop listening to the noise? The answers to these questions come not from external sources, but from within, from that deep well of strength that has always been a part of you. Disappearing gives you the freedom to explore that strength without judgment, without comparison, and without the constant pressure to perform. It allows you to focus entirely on yourself, on your own growth, and on the inner power that has the ability to transform your life. In the act of disappearing, you also give yourself the opportunity to rest. In a world that glorifies hustle and productivity, disappearing is a way of reclaiming your right to rest, to pause, and to recover from the demands that have been placed upon you. It's in these moments of rest where your strength begins to rebuild itself, where you can recharge not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Inner strength isn't just about powering through challenges, it's about knowing when to step back, when to take a break, and when to give yourself the space to breathe. Disappearing allows you to create a sanctuary for yourself, a place where you can nurture your own well-being, free from the expectations of others. In this space, you can focus on what truly matters to you, on the dreams and goals that may have been pushed aside in the busyness of life. It's a time to reconnect with your purpose, to realign with your values, and to rediscover the inner fire that fuels your passion. When you disappear to reconnect with your inner strength, you also begin to understand the power of self-reliance. You start to trust yourself more deeply, to believe in your own abilities, and to recognize that you don't need the constant input or approval of others to know that you are strong. Inner strength is something that grows in the quiet moments, in the times when you are alone with your thoughts, your feelings, and your truth. Disappearing gives you the opportunity to focus on cultivating that strength, to build a solid foundation within yourself that can withstand any storm. It's in these moments of solitude where you can begin to challenge the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back, to confront the fears that have been keeping you stuck, and to replace them with a sense of confidence and empowerment. You start to realize that your strength isn't dependent on external circumstances or the opinions of others. It comes from within, from your own sense of self-worth, from your own resilience, and from your own determination to keep moving forward. Disappearing also helps you reconnect with your intuition, that inner voice that knows what's best for you, even when the world is telling you otherwise. In the constant noise of daily life, it's easy to lose touch with your intuition, to doubt yourself, and to second guess your decisions. But when you step away from the distractions, you give yourself the space to listen to that inner voice, to trust it, and to follow it. Your intuition is a powerful source of inner strength, one that can guide you through even the toughest challenges, but it requires stillness to be heard. Disappearing allows you to tap into this well of wisdom, to clear away the mental clutter, and to reconnect with the guidance that comes from within. It's a time to reflect on your past, to learn from your experiences, and to use that knowledge to shape your future. The clarity that comes from reconnecting with your intuition gives you the confidence to make decisions that are aligned with your true self, decisions that reflect your inner strength and your deepest desires. Through the process of disappearing, you also learn to let go of the need to be constantly visible, constantly active, and constantly proving yourself to the world. You realize that your worth isn't tied to how much you do or how much attention you receive. It's rooted in who you are at your core. Disappearing allows you to focus on being rather than doing, on existing in a state of peace and strength, rather than constantly striving for validation. In this space, you can focus on rebuilding yourself from the inside out, on strengthening your mind, your body, and your spirit without the pressure of external expectations. You begin to understand that true power comes from within, from the quiet confidence of knowing who you are and what you are capable of, regardless of what the world thinks or says. Disappearing is an act of self-liberation, a way of freeing yourself from the constraints of society and reconnecting with the boundless strength that lies within you. In this space of solitude, you can focus on the practices that nourish your inner strength. Whether it's meditation, journaling, reflection, or simply spending time in nature, disappearing gives you the freedom to engage in the activities that help you grow, that help you reconnect with your true self. It's a time to nurture your soul, to heal old wounds, and to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Disappearing isn't about withdrawing from the world permanently. It's about taking the time you need to reconnect with your inner power so that when you do return, you are stronger, more focused, and more aligned with your true purpose. It's about recognizing that sometimes the greatest strength comes from knowing when to step back, when to retreat, and when to allow yourself the space to rebuild. Come Back Stronger is about the transformative journey of rising from adversity with renewed strength and resilience. Life's challenges, setbacks, and disappointments can often feel overwhelming, but they also present unique opportunities for growth and renewal. When faced with difficulty, it's easy to feel defeated, to question your ability to move forward, and to doubt your own strength. However, it is through these very trials that you have the chance to build a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Coming back stronger is not just about returning to where you were before the setback, it's about evolving into a more powerful, more capable individual, using the experiences you've had to fuel your growth and development. The journey to come back stronger begins with acceptance. It involves acknowledging the challenge or setback you're facing without letting it define you. Accepting what has happened allows you to confront it head on, to understand it, and to begin the process of moving beyond it. This acceptance is not about resignation or giving up. It's about recognizing the reality of your situation and choosing to respond with strength and determination. By accepting the challenge, you free yourself from the burden of denial and start to take control of your own response. This initial step is crucial because it sets the stage for all the growth that will follow. Once you have accepted the challenge, it's important to reflect on what you've learned from the experience. Every setback offers valuable lessons, and coming back stronger means taking the time to understand these lessons. Reflect on what went wrong, what you could have done differently, and what strengths you discovered within yourself during the process. This reflection is not about self-criticism or dwelling on mistakes, but about gaining insights that can help you move forward with greater wisdom and clarity. By learning from your experiences, you equip yourself with the knowledge and skills needed to handle future challenges more effectively. Building resilience is a key component of coming back stronger. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to recover from setbacks, and to keep moving forward despite difficulties. It involves developing a mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to be avoided. Cultivating resilience requires mental and emotional strength, and it involves practices such as maintaining a positive outlook, managing stress effectively, and staying focused on your goals. Resilience is not something you are born with. It's a skill that can be developed through experience, self-awareness, and intentional effort. As you work to come back stronger, it's also essential to set new goals and create a plan for achieving them. The experience of overcoming a setback can be a powerful motivator for setting and pursuing new objectives. Reflect on what you want to achieve moving forward and develop a clear plan for how you will reach those goals. This plan should be realistic and actionable with specific steps that you can take to make progress. Setting new goals gives you a sense of direction and purpose, and it helps you channel your energy into positive, forward-focused actions. Taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally is another important aspect of coming back stronger. Adversity can take a toll on your well-being, and it's crucial to prioritize self-care during this time. This includes practices such as maintaining a healthy diet, getting regular exercise, ensuring adequate rest, and seeking support when needed. Self-care also involves nurturing your emotional health by engaging in activities that bring you joy, practicing mindfulness, and surrounding yourself with supportive people. By taking care of yourself, you ensure that you have the strength and energy needed to face challenges and pursue your goals. The process of coming back stronger also involves embracing a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, dedication, and learning. This mindset encourages you to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Embracing a growth mindset means being open to learning, being willing to take risks, and being persistent in the face of difficulties. It involves viewing failures and setbacks as temporary and as valuable experiences that contribute to your overall growth and development. It's also important to stay connected with your support network as you work to come back stronger. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who believe in your potential, and who provide encouragement and support during challenging times. Having a strong support network can make a significant difference in your ability to overcome setbacks and to stay motivated and focused on your goals. Share your experiences with trusted friends, family members, or mentors, and seek their advice and support as needed. Connection with others provides a sense of belonging and reinforcement, helping you to stay resilient and positive. Finally, coming back stronger involves celebrating your progress and acknowledging your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Every step you take towards recovery and growth is a victory worth recognizing. Celebrating your progress helps to build confidence, reinforces your sense of accomplishment, and motivates you to continue moving forward. Take time to reflect on how far you've come, appreciate the strengths and skills you've developed, and reward yourself for your hard work and perseverance. By celebrating your successes, you affirm your ability to overcome challenges and to emerge stronger and more capable than before. In conclusion, the journey of coming back stronger is a profound testament to your resilience, strength, and capacity for growth. It is a path marked by acceptance, reflection, and the courage to face adversity with renewed determination. By prioritizing your peace over popularity, you create the foundation necessary for genuine transformation and self-discovery. Embracing solitude, prioritizing your well-being, and reconnecting with your inner strength allow you to navigate life's challenges with grace and clarity. As you rise from setbacks, you develop a deeper understanding of yourself and cultivate a resilience that empowers you to achieve your goals. The process of coming back stronger involves not just recovering from difficulties, but evolving into a more capable, empowered version of yourself. Each challenge you face and overcome becomes a stepping stone toward a future where you are better equipped to handle life's complexities with confidence and poise. Remember that your journey is unique, and the strength you build along the way is a reflection of your unwavering commitment to personal growth. By choosing to focus on what truly matters, your inner peace, your personal development, and your authentic self, you pave the way for a life that is rich in purpose and fulfillment. Embrace the lessons learned from adversity, celebrate your progress, and continue to move forward with the knowledge that you have the strength to overcome any obstacle and come back stronger than ever before. Prioritize your peace over popularity is a powerful declaration of choosing what truly matters in life: your inner peace, your mental and emotional well-being, over the fleeting and often superficial desire for external validation. In a world where popularity is often equated with success, it can be easy to get caught up in the race to be liked, followed, and praised by others. But when you prioritize peace over popularity, you're making a conscious decision to place your own happiness, your own serenity, and your own sense of fulfillment above the approval of others. Popularity is temporary, it ebbs and flows with the opinions of people who don't truly know you. Peace, on the other hand, is something that comes from within. It's a state of being that is not dependent on how many people admire you, how many friends you have, or how much attention you receive. Prioritizing your peace means you value your own mental clarity, your emotional balance, and your personal happiness more than the need to fit in or stand out in the eyes of others. When you prioritize peace, you give yourself permission to step away from situations, people, and environments that disrupt your inner calm. You recognize that no amount of popularity, no level of social approval is worth sacrificing your well-being. You begin to understand that constantly chasing after the approval of others is exhausting and ultimately unfulfilling. True peace doesn't come from being liked by everyone, it comes from being in alignment with yourself, from living a life that reflects your values, your goals, and your purpose. Prioritizing your peace means setting boundaries, learning to say no, and protecting your energy from anything or anyone that drains it. It's about recognizing that your mental and emotional health is far more important than being accepted or celebrated by others. Peace is something that can't be bought or given to you by someone else. It's something you create within yourself by choosing to live authentically, by staying true to who you are, and by not compromising your well-being for the sake of others' opinions. When you prioritize peace, you start to notice that the pursuit of popularity often comes with a high cost. It requires you to constantly put on a mask, to present a version of yourself that isn't always true to who you are. You find yourself saying things you don't really mean, doing things you don't really want to do, all in the name of maintaining an image that pleases others. But this image isn't sustainable, and it certainly isn't peaceful. Living for popularity can create a sense of inner conflict, where your true self is at odds with the persona you feel pressured to present to the world. This disconnection can lead to anxiety, stress, and a constant feeling of unease because deep down, you know you're not being authentic. Prioritizing peace, on the other hand, allows you to live in harmony with yourself. It frees you from the need to pretend or to live up to anyone else's expectations. It allows you to be fully and unapologetically yourself without worrying about whether or not you're liked, followed, or admired by others. Choosing peace over popularity also means embracing solitude at times, because there will be moments when prioritizing your peace requires you to step away from the crowd, from the social scenes, and from the attention-seeking behaviors that often come with the pursuit of popularity. Solitude can be a powerful tool for reconnecting with yourself, for finding clarity, and for cultivating the inner calm that leads to true peace. When you're not constantly seeking external validation, you become more comfortable with being alone, more at ease with your own company, and more in tune with your own needs and desires. You start to realize that you don't need a large circle of admirers to feel complete, you just need to feel whole within yourself. Popularity is often about quantity, about how many people know your name or follow your life, but peace is about quality, about the depth of your relationship with yourself and with those who truly matter in your life. Prioritizing peace also teaches you the value of letting go of what you can't control. Popularity is often outside of your control. It's based on the ever-changing opinions of others, and no matter how hard you try, you can't please everyone. When you make peace your priority, you release the need to control how others see you. You stop worrying about whether or not you're liked because you understand that your worth isn't dependent on external approval. You begin to focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your responses, and you let go of the rest. This creates a sense of freedom, a lightness that comes from no longer being weighed down by the constant pressure to be liked or accepted. You start to realize that the only approval you need is your own, and that true peace comes from within, not from the opinions of others. In prioritizing peace, you also start to notice that the people who truly matter in your life are those who support and respect your need for peace. These are the people who don't pressure you to be someone you're not, who don't expect you to compromise your well-being for the sake of popularity. They are the ones who value your authenticity, who encourage you to live in alignment with your values, and who understand that true connection is far more important than superficial popularity. When you prioritize peace, you naturally begin to attract relationships that are based on mutual respect, understanding, and love, rather than on the shallow foundation of social approval. These relationships bring you joy and fulfillment because they are built on real connection, not on the need to impress or please others. Prioritizing peace over popularity also requires courage. It takes strength to step away from the societal pressures to be constantly visible, constantly engaged, and constantly striving for more attention. It takes bravery to say no to situations or people that don't serve your peace, even if it means risking your popularity or social standing. But in choosing peace, you are choosing yourself. You are choosing to value your own well-being above the fleeting satisfaction of being liked or admired by others. You are choosing to live a life that is true to who you are, rather than one that is dictated by the expectations of others. And in doing so, you begin to experience a sense of inner calm, of deep fulfillment, and of lasting happiness that no amount of popularity could ever bring. When you prioritize peace, you also start to understand the power of mindfulness. Living mindfully means being present in the moment, fully engaged with what's happening right now, rather than constantly worrying about how others perceive you or how many people are paying attention to you. Mindfulness helps you focus on what truly matters: your own happiness, your own sense of fulfillment, and your own well-being. It helps you cultivate a sense of inner calm, even in the midst of chaos, because you are no longer tethered to the need for external approval. You start to notice that peace is something you can create for yourself, regardless of what's happening around you, and that this peace is far more valuable than any popularity or social status could ever be. Prioritizing your peace also leads to greater self-awareness. When you're not constantly seeking the approval of others, you have the time and space to reflect on your own needs, desires, and goals. You begin to understand what truly makes you happy, what brings you fulfillment, and what gives your life meaning. This self-awareness allows you to make choices that are aligned with your true self, rather than choices that are designed to please others or to gain social approval. You start to live a life that is more authentic, more intentional, and more peaceful because you are no longer driven by the need to be popular or liked. You are driven by a deeper sense of purpose, by a desire to live in alignment with your values, and by a commitment to your own well-being. In the end, prioritizing peace over popularity is about choosing what truly matters in life. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't determined by how many people know your name or follow your life. It's determined by how at peace you are with yourself. Peace is something that can't be taken away from you as long as you choose to protect it, nurture it, and make it a priority in your life. When you prioritize peace, you are choosing a life of authenticity, fulfillment, and deep inner happiness, one that is not dependent on the fleeting approval of others, but on the lasting connection you have with yourself.